Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. EastEnders shock. Kat faces terror as Tommy's violent crime storm hits again. Kat Slater, Jesse Wallace, is desperate to turn a page with son Tommy Moon, Sonny Kendall, in EastEnders, but that sadly isn't going to happen anytime soon. Tommy's behavior drastically changed a few months ago. Frustrated over the fact he wasn't allowed to hang out with Phil, Steve McFadden, Tommy took his anger out on Kat by punching her in the stomach. To defend herself, Kat pushed Tommy, but it resulted in him falling to the floor. To get his revenge, Tommy phoned social services and reported her. While Alfie, Shane Ritchie, managed to talk Tommy around and convince the authorities he had made up his claim, it became clear that the youngster was playing his parents. Coming up, Kat tells the boys that Alfie has the new manager's job at the Minute Mart. As a result of him losing his job at the bookies though, it becomes clear the family is struggling with cash. Aware of what's going on, misguided Tommy plots to steal from the cafe, but he's caught by Kathy, Jillian Tailforth, who tells Kat everything and suggests she has a stern word with her boy. Kat tries her best to talk to Tommy, but his anger grows and he ends up physically intimidating his mum. In the week, Kat has another attempt at gaining control of Tommy, but when he's viciously rude in response, his shocking attitude is picked up by Phil. Things go from bad to worse towards the end of the week as Kat tries to address Tommy stealing from the cafe, but when he attempts to leave, she grabs him. Upon announcing the child-to-parent abuse storyline earlier this year, EastEnders executive producer Chris Clenshaw explained, "Kat is well known in Albert Square for her no-nonsense attitude and fiery temper, but this storyline will explore how Tommy manipulates Kat's unequivocal love for her son to exert his anger and elicit control." Jesse and Sonny's performances have thoughtfully portrayed the complex realities of child-to-parent abuse with compassion and understanding, and the storyline will demonstrate how Tommy's behavior affects their relationship and the wider Slater-Moon family as a whole. The streets of Walford have always been fraught with tension, secrets, and drama, but recent events have taken a darker turn, especially for Kat Slater and her family. The storyline involving her son Tommy has escalated into a harrowing saga of violence and crime, forcing Kat to confront the chilling reality of her son's actions. As the tension mounts and a crime showdown looms, Kat is thrust into a terrifying situation that will test her resilience, her love for her family, and her ability to navigate the murky waters of EastEnders' underworld. The genesis of Tommy's descent. Tommy's journey into the criminal underbelly of Walford has been a gradual descent marked by a series of troubling events. Initially introduced as a typical teenager, Tommy's character took a darker turn following a series of influences and peer pressures that pushed him into a world of crime. It all started with minor offenses, petty thefts, and involvement with questionable friends, but it quickly escalated into more serious criminal activities. Kat, a fiercely protective mother, initially struggled to comprehend the changes in her son. Her attempts to reach out and guide him were often met with resistance. Tommy's rebellion against her authority and his growing affiliation with unsavory characters set the stage for an inevitable clash between mother and son. The turning point. The turning point in Tommy's trajectory came when he became involved with a local gang, drawn in by promises of power and respect. As he delved deeper into this criminal lifestyle, the risks associated with his actions became more pronounced. His transformation from a troubled teenager to a violent criminal shocked not only Kat but the entire community. Tommy's initial crimes might have seemed like teenage mischief, but as he gained confidence, he began to commit more serious offenses. Armed robbery, violent altercations, and increasingly reckless behavior became the hallmarks of his new identity. Each act of violence not only endangered others, but also pushed Kat further into despair as she struggled to reconcile the son she knew with the person he was becoming. Kat's desperation. As Tommy spiraled further into crime, Kat found herself at a crossroads. Her desperation to protect her son often clashed with her instincts to shield her community from his violent tendencies. The emotional toll on Kat was immense. She grappled with feelings of guilt, fear, and helplessness, wondering where she went wrong in raising Tommy. Kat's character has always been defined by her fierce loyalty and love for her family, but this situation tested her limits. She sought help from family and friends, hoping to find a solution that would steer Tommy away from his destructive path. But as Tommy's actions became more violent, The community's fear and anger toward him only intensified, isolating Kat and forcing her to confront the stark reality of her son's behavior. The crime showdown, the culmination of Tommy's reckless behavior, set the stage for a climactic crime showdown that would have devastating consequences. The tensions in Walford reached a boiling point as rival gangs clashed, and Tommy found himself at the center of the chaos. Fueled by adrenaline and a misguided sense of loyalty to his gang, Tommy's actions escalated into a violent confrontation that put not only his life at risk, but also the lives of those he loved. As news of the impending showdown spread through the community, Kat was filled with dread. She knew that Tommy's participation in the conflict could lead to irreversible damage, not just to him, but to everyone around him. Her instincts as a mother kicked in, driving her to confront Tommy in a desperate attempt to dissuade him from participating in the violence. The confrontation. In a heart-wrenching scene, Kat confronted Tommy in a moment filled with raw emotion. "This isn't you, Tommy," she pleaded, her voice breaking. "You're throwing your life away for what? A gang that doesn't care about you." Tommy, caught between his mother's words and the pressures of his gang, struggled to respond. The conflict within him was palpable. He wanted to prove himself, to gain respect, but he also felt the weight of his mother's love and fear. This confrontation highlighted the complexity of their relationship, revealing not just the rift caused by Tommy's actions, but also the deep-seated love that still connected them. Despite Kat's impassioned pleas, Tommy's anger flared. He lashed out, blaming her for his choices and insisting that she didn't understand the world he was living in. This moment encapsulated the tragic irony of their situation. Kat's love was meant to protect him, yet it only fueled his rebellion. The showdown unfolds. As the showdown approached, tensions in Walford escalated. Local businesses were put on high alert, and residents whispered in fear about what might happen. Kat, knowing that Tommy was likely to go through with his plans, felt a sense of helplessness. She reached out to the police, hoping that intervention could prevent the inevitable violence. However, the police's limited resources and focus on high-profile cases left Kat feeling frustrated. The community was left to fend for themselves as they braced for the impending chaos. It was a situation reminiscent of many past conflicts in Walford, where loyalties are tested, and the innocent often bear the brunt of violence. As the night of the showdown approached, Kat's worst fears materialized. The sound of sirens filled the air, and the atmosphere was thick with tension. As the gangs converged, the stage was set for a confrontation that would alter lives forever. The aftermath. When the dust settled, the aftermath of the showdown left the community reeling. Lives were forever changed, and the consequences of Tommy's choices were laid bare. Kat's heart sank as she processed the reality of what had happened. The boy she once knew was entangled in a world of violence, and it seemed like the damage was irreparable. The fallout from the crime not only impacted Tommy, but also had ripple effects throughout the community. Friends turned against each other, families were torn apart, and trust was shattered. Kat found herself not only dealing with her son's actions, but also the anger and resentment of the community. In the weeks that followed, the emotional weight of the situation began to take its toll on Kat. Guilt and despair consumed her as she struggled to find a way to reach Tommy. She knew he needed help, but his pride and anger often stood in the way. The challenge of bridging the gap between them became her primary focus, leading to a series of poignant and heartbreaking moments that showcased the depth of a mother's love. Seeking help, determined not to give up on her son, Kat sought help from various resources, including support groups and counseling. The narrative shifted toward themes of redemption and recovery, with Kat attending meetings and workshops to learn how to better support Tommy. Her journey became a testament to the power of resilience and the lengths a mother would go to for her child. During this time, Kat also began to rebuild her relationships with the community. She reached out to those affected by Tommy's actions, acknowledging the pain they endured. This effort to foster understanding and healing demonstrated her growth as a character. She was no longer just the protective mother. She was now a community advocate, striving to create a safer environment for everyone. The road to redemption. As Tommy faced the consequences of his actions, be it legal repercussions, personal loss, or the anger of those he wronged, he began to realize the gravity of his choices. The road to redemption was fraught with challenges, but the love and support of Kat became a guiding light. The narrative explored Tommy's internal struggle as he navigated feelings of shame and guilt. He longed to escape the cycle of violence but found it difficult to envision a future beyond the streets. Through therapy and the unwavering support of Kat, Tommy slowly began to see a path forward. This transformation was not without its setbacks, but each small victory became a testament to the power of love and determination. A new chapter. As the dust settled in Walford, Kat and Tommy began to forge a new relationship, one built on honesty and vulnerability. The journey was ongoing, but they were united in their commitment to healing. Tommy's character development became a focal point, illustrating the complexities of forgiveness and redemption. With Kat by his side, Tommy faced the challenges ahead with a renewed sense of purpose. He became involved in community programs aimed at helping at-risk youth, using his experiences as a cautionary tale. This new direction not only provided him with a sense of purpose but also helped to repair his relationship with the community. The power of community. The storyline's conclusion highlighted the importance of community support in the face of adversity. Walford's residents came together to help each other heal, fostering an environment of compassion and understanding. Kat, once seen as an outcast due to Tommy's actions, became a symbol of resilience and hope. Through charity events and community outreach programs, Kat and Tommy worked to rebuild the trust that had been lost. Their story became a powerful narrative of forgiveness and second chances, emphasizing that even in the darkest of times, there is always a possibility for change. Conclusion, a testament to resilience. The storyline involving Kat and Tommy in EastEnders serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of family dynamics, the impact of violence, and the road to redemption. Through heart-wrenching moments and triumphs, the narrative explores the depths of a mother's love and the strength of community. Kat Slater, as a character, has evolved through this journey, showcasing the resilience of a mother determined to save her son from the grips of crime. Tommy's transformation from a troubled youth to a young man striving for redemption is a testament to the possibility of change, even in the face of adversity. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.